Hi, this is your classmate Gretchen Petrie, coming to you from Fairbanks, Alaska, near the university. Today I will be analyzing the weather from the week of March 22nd. As far as the weather patterns that we saw over the week goes, we started with a stationary front with some high pressure systems, and later in the week some low pressure systems moved in from the south and traveled north for the most part. We can see at the beginning of the week on March 22nd on Sunday that there were some clouds in the sky. A few days later we see that the sky gets clear in the central part of Alaska and the clouds move up towards the north. Also, the high pressure system we saw on Sunday is moving towards the west, and a low pressure system is moving in from the south. For Thursday, we see that we've got a lot more going on and that we've got some more clouds in the sky, and then following on Friday, the clouds start to get a little bit less and they start to thin out. But then again on Friday, we start to get some more cloud cover over the state of Alaska and some more low pressure systems we can see on the coast and over there in Canada. I would say that for the most part, using climatology and persistence forecasting is generally accurate. As far as using our measurements and such that we got in our temperature readings, I would say that our assessments were pretty accurate. I feel like at this time of year, the persistence forecast was the most effective. I think that this year especially was the most effective because we've been having warmer weather than normal. So I think that's why it was so accurate. Using the persistence forecasting, Dillingham was the place that the persistence forecasting was most effective at. Looking at the climatology forecasting table, Dead Horse's forecast was the most accurate. One of the reasons that Dillingham's forecast was probably the most accurate was because of its central location in North America. It's the least coastal out of all the towns that we were looking at. I think the NWS forecast showed skill at all the locations except for in Bethel and in Eagle, where we did the assessment, and as you can see on this table, they failed the assessment. I would say that a reason for why forecasting can be more accurate when high pressure systems are around rather than low pressure is present is because high pressure brings clear skies and low pressure brings clouds, and clouds bring precipitation, and so that brings a lot more components into play for trying to estimate what the weather or forecast what the weather is going to be in the future. First off, that I think if the low pressure system and cyclone that were right here that were traveling around Kenai would have gone like my student trend forecast rather than the actual path, I think it would have gone a lot lower and not had made Kenai as cloudy and such as it did. You can see in this temperature graph that the warm weather at the beginning of the week was brought in by the high pressure cyclone that moved in, and then as it moved out, the temperature got a little bit lower, and then the low pressure system moved in and created lower temperatures. In Fairbanks on Thursday, the 26th of March, we had record highs, and I think the wind and cloudiness contributed to the high temperatures because on Tuesday, as you can see in this map, the clouds kind of went north and the interior was pretty clear skies, and then sorry about that. As we go to Thursday, we can see that although there's cloud cover and a lot of precipitation, there's a stationary front that's coming that's taking all that air that was open and warm and pushing it through the interior. I would say that the reason the forecast on Tuesday did a better job of predicting the high temperatures on Thursday than the forecast that happened 5 days earlier on Saturday the 21st was just because of that, because it was farther away from the actual day and because the cyclone hadn't developed yet in the North Pacific, but by Tuesday the forecasters could see that it was developing and then predict what was going to happen later in the week. Thanks for listening, and I hope you all had a good week.